19 registered supporters. Welcome to the Citizens Dividend Party's Australia, the State of the Nation. Australia is an exceptionally fortunate country. It is well located, peaceful, wealthy, has a great lifestyle, is a free nation, and is relatively citizen empowering. Regarding its geography and location, just looking at the world map, doesn't Australia seem to hang there at the end of the globe like it doesn't have a trouble in the world? As the largest island in the world, Australia is almost as big as non-Alaska USA, and if Australia's Antarctic claims are included, it is second in territory only to Russia. Yet we have only 25 million people. In comparison, our near neighbour, the Indonesian island of Java, which is less than twice the size of Tasmania, has approximately 150 million residents, with this increasing by around 1.5% per year. Regarding our security, other than Antarctica, we have no land borders, which makes border protection much easier. In the 20th century, and so far in the 21st century, though heavily involved with the world wars, the Cold War proxies such as Korea, Vietnam and the Malaysian Borneo insurgency, and in West Asia, particularly Iraq and Afghanistan, apart from the Second World War bombing of Darwin, Australian territory has remained untouched. Regarding Australia's non-Antarctic coastline, its total length is about 36,000 kilometres, which means for every inhabitant there is allocated around 1.5 metres of prime beach or cliff real estate. Also, due to its placement, Australians can enjoy the full range of weather, from tropical to subpolar. Regarding its current wealth, as a first world country, Australia shares this status with only a select band, i.e. North America, Japan, most but not all of Western Europe, and a handful of very small nations such as Singapore, New Zealand, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. So, in 2019, less than 20% of the world is classed as first world, and Australia is one of those countries. The rest, over 80% of the world, is still either developing, stagnant, or third world. As an aside, the Citizens Dividend Party notes these countries' relative poverty is overwhelmingly not due to natural disaster or war, but to poorer management. So, if Australia falls far enough into mismanagement, then we can expect a similar standard of living, except for one difference. Australia is too magnificent, too isolated and too sparsely populated to be ignored by other powers. Regarding resources, Australia, including its Antarctic territory, has enormous resources together with an enviably relatively clean environment. Regarding Australia's GDP per capita, that is our national income per year per person, it is over $55,000 for every adult, child, infant and newborn. In comparison, 80% of humanity lives on less than $10 a day, just $3,650 a year. This means 80% of the world's individuals live on less than 7% of what an Australian individual lives on. And without wishing to get too technical, for those economists who point out this is based on nominal currency exchange rate figures rather than purchasing power parity ones, by the elimination of the minimum wage and tremendous government efficiency gains, the Citizens' Dividend will drastically cut that differential. In any case, to put the current difference in wealth in perspective, while in Australia a car is typically thought of as a necessity, for most of the world it is still very much a luxury. Regarding Australia's degree of civilisation, the Citizens' Dividend Party's definition of post-primitive civilisation depends on the degree to which socialism and capitalism have been unified. And this consists of 4 cornerstones, which is updated from yesterday's 3 with the addition of liberal democracy. That is, while the government structure, since it represents a monopolistic holder of power, can be termed a socialist instrument, liberal democracy gives it competitive capitalistic attributes such as free speech and elections, which allows peaceful revolution via the ballot box. Accordingly, the 4 cornerstones are liberal democratic government, universal health, universal education and universal income. Australia is one of the very few countries to possess 3 of the 4 criteria. That is, we have a liberal democratic system together with universal education and health systems. Regarding our liberal democratic parliamentary system, It is one of the oldest, most stable and best democratic systems in the world. Regarding the health system, Medicare is cradle to grave. The education system is free to the end of secondary school with a delayed payment HECS scheme at tertiary level. Obviously, Australia doesn't yet have a citizens' dividend system. Nevertheless, overall, Australians don't need to buy lottery tickets because just by being Australian, we've each already won First Division Tax Lotto. In summary, Australia is paradise. And yet, is there even a single Australian who doesn't believe something, or even many things, are not right and getting worse? Moreover, don't we share a sense of foreboding as to what else is coming our way? Threats may be divided into two types, external and internal. Tomorrow we will touch on the former and the day after on the latter.